Hey students, welcome back to day 2 vector application problems. If you're watching this video, hopefully you survived my day 1 video of vector application problems. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to do number 1 and number 2 in your notes. Number 3 and number 4 will be a separate video because they're a little more involved. So let's start with number 1. A ball is thrown with an initial velocity of 70 feet per second at an angle of 35 degrees with a horizontal. So they are describing a vector with a magnitude of 70 being thrown at an angle of 35 degrees. Well, to me, this looks like a right triangle, so go ahead and draw that in. And the problem is asking you to find the vertical and horizontal components of the velocity. So you need to find the horizontal component and the vertical component, x and y. We're going to do this by using sine and cosine. So to find cosine, or to find x, we're going to use cosine 35 equals x over 70. This is adjacent over hypotenuse. I'm going to multiply both sides by 70 in your calculator. Your calculator should give you 57.3. Moving on to y, we're going to use sine to find your y value. So sine of 35 equals y over 70, because that is opposite over hypotenuse. Multiply both sides by 70, and you should get 40.2. Now remember, you're in the first quadrant. So both of your vertical and horizontal components will be positive. Put them in your component form brackets. You are done with problem number 1. All right, moving on to number 2. It is a little more involved because we have 2 vectors. We have an airplane and wind. So an airplane is flying north at 500 miles per hour when a wind of 20 miles per hour comes out of the east. So let's draw that. Here's my grid. My plane is going due north, and the speed is going to be the magnitude of that line. Now the wind is the second vector, and it is coming out of the east. So that means the wind is blowing west, and the magnitude of that vector is 20. What is the new speed and direction of the plane? So the new speed and direction will be the resultant. So you're going to go to the end of one vector, add the second vector to it, and connect it back to the initial point. So the green solid vector is my resultant. We need to find the magnitude and direction of the resultant. Think back to last week when we were working through our packet. How did we find the magnitude of the resultant? Well, we used the Pythagorean theorem when we had a 90-degree angle in our triangle. So in this problem, we're going to use 20 and 500, the Pythagorean theorem, using your calculators. Your answer should be 500.4 miles per hour for the magnitude. Now the magnitude is meaning that this is the new speed of the plane. So instead of the plane flying 500 miles per hour, it is going just a tad bit faster at 500.4 miles per hour because of the wind. Moving on to direction. Now how did we find direction last week in our packet? We used inverse tan. Inverse tan of y over x. 500 over 20. When you put that into your calculator, you get 87.7 degrees. That angle is the inside angle. That would be north of west. No need to find the second quadrant angle measurement here because we're describing the direction of the plane, not necessarily a second quadrant angle. So to conclude, the plane is flying 500.4 miles per hour, so just a little bit faster than it was, at 87.7 degrees north of west. Or you could say that it's also flying 2.3 degrees west of north. How did I get that answer? Well, if you think about it, this angle right here is 2.3 degrees because 2.3 plus 87.7 will make 90 degrees. So if you're talking about the plane going straight north, probably the better answer is going to be the 2.3 west of north, but technically both degree measurements are accurate. Now I'm finished with problem number 2. See my next video for 3 and 4.